So the Kentucky film industry just got a major boost. The city announced recently plans to renovate the Louisville Gardens downtown and transform it into a major production hub. I had a chance to catch up with 502 Films' Susie Eastman about the bright future of films right here in Kentucky, and she even dropped some details about celebs that are currently in town filming. Plans are underway to turn the old Louisville Gardens into a soundstage for film, music videos, and video production. It's all in a bid to attract more major projects to Kentucky. The 40,000 square foot space is expected to raise the bar on how Kentucky is seen in the eyes of the film community in putting us on the same competitive plane as Georgia and Louisiana. Susie Eastman is the president of 502 Films, a nonprofit that connects visiting productions with resources in the Louisville region, and chair of the Louisville Film Commission. And Susie, it is so great to have you on to talk about, like, whoa, like, I know you have been pushing for something like this for a long time.
Yes, this has been a remarkable year. The Louisville Film Commission has definitely been trying to attract this sort of investment in our community, and so to
and no small beans, by the way.
Oh yeah,
like, what, 65
million.
Okay,
so yeah, a nice little investment in something that I think many Louisvillians have a connection to, the Louisville Gardens.
Yeah.
We all have a story, whether it's a concert, a wrestling match, an event, a car show, a graduation. There's so many ways that people in the community are connected to that beautiful space.
And you would hear so many people over the years saying, I love that venue. It's a beautiful venue. Why aren't we doing something with it? And I can't think of anything more perfect than creating this space, because for people that don't understand, like, kind of a little background, like, on film, is that to get big films in a state, you got to have this kind of setup. Right?
Absolutely.
Like, you need that.
Yes, it's kind of like the chicken and egg. You know, the infrastructure attracts more dollars here, but we also needed to have a successful 2022 to show investors that we have the film industry, the film economy here that warrants this sort of space being here.
And a big thing that kind of helped incentivize this, and I'm sure probably made everybody say, yeah, we're going to do this, is having those film incentives back, right?
Yes.
And that's kind of like, I guess, for people that may not be familiar, like a promo code to film companies to say,
absolutely,
hey, if you want to come here, we've got this discount, or we've got this incentive to make you come here.
Exactly. So when you hire local crew, when you spend your dollars at Kentucky vendors, hotels, restaurants, locations, you do get 30 to 35% back on those spends. And that is very lucrative compared to the rest of the country. We are in a great space to attract people to our region.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it. I mean, kind of the key to all this is the local folks that are going to benefit from this, Susie, is just going to be massive.
It's fantastic. I mean, in this last year, we have a very, very talented crew base here in the community, but this last year, instead of them having to go to Nashville, to Chicago, to New York for jobs, they've been able to be full-time employed here in the local economy, and I think that that's great because their dollars are here, their families are here, and that's really the goal of the incentive, is to bring those dollars here for our community.
You know, and I feel like this kind of puts us on level playing field, or we're getting there. We're getting a little closer. Like, you look at Netflix and all these big production companies that are in Atlanta and what Louisiana is doing. It's like we've got a pretty place too, right?
Oh,
like, look at Kentucky.
Oh yes, and Netflix was here last year with several projects.
Oh, wow.
They'll be here with more, and so we are just gaining more and more momentum and more interest from people across the country. But it's also really important to point out that we have creatives and we have dollars right here within the community, so people are able to make their films here and make their dreams a reality that actually already live here in Kentucky, or people that have moved away are now coming back to their Kentucky roots, and that's a really fantastic thing too. Yeah.
Congratulations, you all. This made Variety magazines.
It did.
You were in Variety magazines.
I was, and I have to tell you, after living in Los Angeles for like 16 years, it only took me coming back to Kentucky to get into Variety. But it was an honor, and it was an honor for me. It was an honor for 502 Film, for our entire film community to be highlighted.
Right. Well, you gave us kind of a tease of, like, last year. You said how many. Kind of give us the picture of what films did we have that were, because typically we only hear about the things after they hit the big screen.
Yes.
We don't hear about the things that were shot here. Like, what was last year like, and then what's kind of your projection for this year?
Well, I think that last year we started getting a little bit more buzz because Orlando Bloom was here in Q1 or early Q2, and so people started saying, like, oh my gosh, we're having Orlando Bloom spottings around town. Oh, Katy Perry's here, and it's like, that's fun to get that buzz going. But if you want to look at actual dollars, last year in 2021 there were $0 incentivized films. and 0 local crew hires because there wasn't an incentive program.
Right.
And in 2022, there were $161 million worth of budgets that applied for an incentive.
Isn't that crazy?
58 projects, and that includes 6,228 local crew hires. So that is a substantial difference in just 1 year. I think 2023 is going to be hugely exciting. In fact, next week, we've had many people in the community talking about Ethan Hawke spottings around town. So next week, they kick off and start rolling camera on a fantastic project here. And I think that that's just like, let's start the year with big momentum, big names, and watch 2023 blow up even more than 2022.
Love it. So excited for you, Susie.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
And thank you for all your work. I mean, you've been the one out there shouting for many, many years that we've got to do this because it's good for our local economy. It's good for Kentucky. It's good for all of us.
It is. We are such a cultural and arts-centered community here, and I think that motion picture is just another addition to that kind of beautiful tapestry of culture that we have here. So I'm very excited about it, but there are a lot of people that have been behind the scenes doing this, and I just happen to be one of them, and I'm very honored to be doing that.
We're excited about what's to come.
Thank you.
So if you want some more information, you can head over to their website, 502film.org.